Reformation.
Kamen Rider Climax Fighters.
Like greatness, but I just don't care. And that's sad. I don't know what they did, but like I don't care.
And you just also realized he's supposed to be the first of Reiwa. Sad.
That's the crazy part. So like maybe the next one will be
Oh,
great.
Shiva's here.
Silver's here.
Shiva!
Oh, right. Hey. Oh, because I was already starting with the greatness of his game. He's gonna show the world. Wow, so right. Good day. Alright. No, Daniel. Don't shoot me! What did I miss so far? Disgusting superhero time right now. Okay. And it's actually, like I said, Here Amazing Young Sentai.
Oh shit!
I like those. It's more like I can tune into Kira Major every.
Like you feel, you got feels more. I got it. Yeah, I gotta really.
Oh shit!
Yeah, Kira Major. When I first started, I didn't really have it.
Oh shit!
Done this one. If you can't hear done is Nat type issue.
Yeah, he's loading in on my side. So I have to.
Who am I talking over?
He's loading in.
Alright.
Jesus!
That means you can hear him, but he hears me already. But
Oh shit!
like I said, like Zero One is like one of the a writer series that I but I am not enjoying Zero One.
I have the exact opposite opinion. I'm quite enjoying it.
Yeah, me too. I'm having no problem watching it.
I love the tweets and I love the characters.
A 01 squad. 01 squad.
01.
Now,
Okay, look. I was saying Bowser didn't need to be redeemed.
yeah, that is weird.
Now I've seen episode 38.
Dude, I don't know how to.
Bowser is the best boy. All right.
I was watching that episode with Doug. But it was this week. Like, okay. I don't know why I felt like last week. I don't know why.
It's been a long time.
But yeah, I saw that episode with Doug, and he was like, "Yep, keep winning again." I'm just watching the whole damn thing, and I'm like, "Wow." Yeah, X8 is awesome. So I feel him on that.
Guy was channeling all of his inner Gen. He was channeling all of his inner Gen.
He was not necessarily a good
I mean, yeah, you're kind of. I guess it was a roll-out character, but the fact that the little Bowser, little dog.
I never
Whenever
thought
Bowser shows up in the
Rematch,
game
but
now,
yeah.
I want that dog to be there. That dog better be there.
hurt by that.
Why wasn't it Metal Cluster Hopper? So sad.
I haven't met a cluster or something like that can be just as good, but like I don't have problems with it.
It's not bad, really. It's so closely looking, but I know, right? I mean, screaming for no more shining or white, but I mean, yeah.
get my friend. I have a friend.
Sure, go ahead.
I will say this. Oh no, this one you worked I wanted to continue because I love it.
What do you have issue?
It's the story.
Yeah, some people just don't. I think it's like a preference thing. It's okay.
The story's not hitting me, man. It's not hitting.
It's hitting me. So
Like,
I haven't liked it.
yeah, people have been praising that, or I can never get to it.
I'm not gonna judge it right now, but at the rate it's going, it's my number 3.
Says on his debut back, and he wins it back.
Hey, GG Kuzan.
Nah, like I said, Pyramid, I can feel that. And Ultraman Z! I can tell you that every goddamn
See, now this is where me and you have the opposite opinion. This is the episode where Z says,
Really?
it's understandable, but like, it's one of those things where like, if you like Orb,
You need to.
for me, Orb
I didn't like Orb.
What?
I'm not that big of Orb. I like Orb, but I don't like
even
Orb.
knowing that one dude was in Orb, that's not my issue with this.
Oh no, we know you.
I have multiple other issues with this. With this episode specifically. This episode specifically. Like,
But let's talk about it real quick. Spoiler alert. Let's put the elephant out the room. Jugular.
as Frag was saying, since episode 1, even before that. No, to the surprise of no one, the captain is indeed Jugular. Because a little interesting, you know, you got amazing Z Riser. That part was a little.
Yeah,
Wait, what am I?
we're talking about Ultraman.
Nexus.
Nice.
What else? I think a little bit of Taro. I saw some Taro stuff. I didn't
Nice.
finish it yet, but I saw that too. Like I said, I started because like how I started, it was new gen. I went from X because X is my first Ultraman series, and I backtracked it, saw Giga, and then I started, and then I went back a little bit further because that was like the only series at that time when I saw it. And then I went back to Nexus, and so mad, I was so interested in Taro when I was Zero. And then of course I saw Ultraman Zero stuff. You know, I have to look at his. And then now it's basically it. You know, there's still some stuff missing that I haven't looked at yet, but I'm slowly going down. Yeah, you know, I'm slowly going down. I'll say this one, Nexus is my heart. But the music was on point, it was the dark, and like, it's kind of easy to look together like that.
Alright, so back to episode 5.
I will say, but it brings up theories, man, of what's happening.
Yeah,
And it also makes you wonder what's the origin.
so as someone who had no idea who that person was, even what he looks like, I had no idea what he looked like. Frank's been saying, I'm a complete new Ultraman, right? This is the first year.
I'm aware.
I'm watching. So, this is the first series I'm watching, so I had no idea who he was, or I knew he existed because Frank been saying his name was Jojo Sugar since episode fucking 1. But I had no idea what he looked like. When he first showed up, he was just this alien looking dude. I was like, wait, who the fuck is that? And he stole the Z Riser because that's just something you can do. This is why these if alters are gonna have the toy dimension, just go to the toy dimension and use it. Don't bring it into the real world. Anyway, so he just steals it because RP's a freaking fun. He creates his own. Somehow, again, I don't know how. I don't know what that
Power
does.
darkness. He has a heart. Yeah, if you go back to Toadman or a little, but well, actually not go back. If you want to know a little bit more about that, I recommend
Oh,
those
shit.
or look at those two series. That way you get a little example of what
Being a ghost is awesome. Oh shit.
and what he was capable of.
Oh shit.
Yeah, he didn't mess around.
Alright, and then he just got. Somehow he either instantly made or just has those medals for the monsters.
Before then, like back in Orb Search, he had the Orb Ring and he was able to do so. And I feel like, so I guess they have to give him something in this series as well. So when he got this Separator, I was like, oh boy, this is gonna be like his own little version of the Orb Ring.
What do you guys think of the upgrades that gets in this episode?
The spear? I like it, to be honest.
I mean,
Look
He
wise.
didn't use it as a spear. Like, he didn't use it as a spear. That's not good. He did not poke the guy once.
He used it like a halberd then. Oh no.
If he had used it like a spear and then said, "Oh, now it's an arrow," that's a big deal. But he never used it as a spear to begin with.
He's gonna use it as a spear, don't worry. That's happening.
This is his first episode. You gotta use spears to it all.
I like it much more than its prototype, to be honest.
You're so nitpicking. It's fine though,
I didn't want him. I just wanted him to smack a dude with a spear. Is that so hard to ask?
I know it kind of sucks.
Just be happy you have a spear now, damn it. It's not a sword anymore. We should be happy. A main hero who don't use a sword, or God forbid, like, I don't know, what is it? A gun or something, but a legit spear. I'm happy with that now, okay? Jesus.
I look at it as spear at least in one unique weapon and
another episode 6. The boy is coming back. Ultra Protag.
I want to say him. Okay, I want to give him the title.
No, the man has. He's got a voice. The man is returned. Jump up, He comes back.
why is he using a sea riser?
Yeah.
We all know until that episode pops up. That's all I can say. We all know.
I know. But trust me, if they don't have a good explanation for it, I'm gonna complain.
Toy sale.
You're not the only one. Trust me, you're not the only one. I was gonna say if they don't, because I'm definitely going to go with that.
Done. We already have a good reason for it.
It makes sense that Gita will turn because Zero is well, Z wants Zero to be if Gita and Zero and Gita connected with like barriers
Didn't you just say that Zero was Beastmaster already?
Okay, so basically,
sort of.
I would
They
say
were more like
more
partners.
like, yeah. Basically, if we're gonna again,
Over now.
look.
You think I was nitpicking about the fact he wasn't using the spear as a freaking spear? You haven't heard my nitpicks. You haven't heard my
nitpicks are coming. They're coming. I know. I'm
Why?
excited for this.
Speaking of Zero,
A free 30,000-year-old artifact in Alaska. Do they take it to Japan?
I will be
That
ready.
is a nitpick.
Red, that's what you nitpick.
Why would they take that to Japan? There's no way.
Why do Japan only want to have giant robots?
Teams are.
There you go, Frank got the answer.
Why Japan the one who have a giant robot, other nations say nothing about it?
Because they know they're getting squashed.
But yeah, look, We're always gonna get hit. We're all gonna have hit.
Also, why are those strings? It's supposed to be like an Ultra weapon, right? Why was it
Because Ultras don't care what size they are.
They only have the ability to like transfer size to whatever.
They move faster than the speed of light. They're horrendously busted.
There's another series I'm gonna look at.
What?
Gaia. I thought Gaia too.
Oh.
And they did that in Gaia as well. So they shrunk their size into uniform and fought inside of a damn airship, and then they jumped out and went to the boat. They did that.
Yeah, they can do everything.
Yes, basically. But we tell you, like, that's what we told you before. Ultraman's hard.
We discussed this last episode.
You guys never actually did provide a reason, a way that Ultra should be.
Whoa!
We did!
No, you didn't.
We told you.
You guys have been saying that they're strong, and that but they are better.
Let's break
You guys did not provide a how.
Okay,
You guys never provided a how.
let's break it down then. Let's break it down. The strongest Ultraman versus that.
Ultra, they just have that ability to, like, adapt to
Make
whatever
shit up.
situation and get stronger from it. They're, like literally.
It's the Superman problem.
Like, even if he couldn't break out of some time-stopping shenanigans, he still couldn't be killed. Because Ultras don't, and he still won't be dead.
Like,
Here's the thing with Ultraman. It's funny because I hate the Ultras are pretty musty, but the difference with Ultras is they never lose that human aspect.
because they got it.
Well, yeah, obviously, but they don't unless they're Ultra.
Yeah.
It's just never lost that hope like Superman has in that character, which is what makes Ultraman so much better.
Sometimes.
And it also sucks because when you want to do something interesting with Ultraman, you realize, or you got to look to the point like, is this Ultra's inexperienced or this Ultra's
No, that's how Seven managed to break a leg in the first episode.
Because that monster just had OP.
Sometimes
You gotta understand that when they're fighting, when an Ultra is fighting a Kaiju are also invested. Like you're talking, like you talk about stuff like Yapul Seijin, who's like an interdimensional overlord, like on a par with the Pirates of Bosco or the Garland of Endor from Lensman, where they're like they can like psionically control anything. You know, they can bust holes through dimensions at will, and Ultraman has to fight these things. Ultras have to fight these things every day.
Plus, go on.
There's an OP moment where Godzilla was in the comic. He fought his way out of hell. That was there's no regular thing to fight his way out of hell. You gotta understand that. Ultra Kaiju, because of busted or Ultra Kaiju, can probably do that same thing. If not, maybe.
This whole talk about
You
Ultraman,
said
maybe.
Bolton, right, Frank?
Bolton, yeah, not the ninja, but the ball, big meteor ball. That's how it looked like.
No, Bullton. Sorry,
Yeah.
Bullton. Sorry.
ULTO.
T-O-N.
I'm just looking him up, just so I can...
Just because Ultraman never have secondary, so that's the argument kind of make it hard to like say who he can beat. Like the only one he can beat is the one who you never see before. That's make it a bit weird. But if I get a bit more cliche, that's why you love Kamen and Ultraman separate, like with Kamen Rider is about how a human be a protector and all that. Ultraman is about how a god should be when they being put in human world and learn what being mean to human. That's like separate lesson.
Yeah, this is why, like I said, story. They forgot the whole human story. Yeah, Superman's an immigrant who's trying to like make it not only like good in society, and like just belong in society. The whole human factor there, like being the hope for mankind, as well as being an immigrant. You don't see that much. But then there's some books that they sometimes they do it, and those I just love. But then there's just points where he says
And just to confirm, it's the one that looks like a giant rock, right?
Yes, it's like a meteor.
Okay.
Yeah, it's got like some sort of black hole or alternate dimension. Sucking power.
Yeah, four-dimensional ball. Thinking what reality is.
Yeah.
Warped reality, okay, that's... I'm not gonna say it's an exact equivalent to stopping time itself. Alright?
I mean, reality warping and
Isn't, I mean, not too sure, but isn't reality technically include time? Sometime?
sometimes it depends on the story.
That's true.
If you mess with someone's reality, you can also mess with
I'll give that feat to Ultraman, right? But it's not the same as stopping time. I'd still say it's gonna be a tough fight either way.
Not to say it's easy.
I'll give you this. Ultra's one of the only writers who can probably give an Ultra a tough fight.
With the exception of maybe Decade, who could just do Oma things anyway. Because you want to talk about obnoxiously busted, riders. Decade is like the ultimate Mary Sue, the ultimate Mary Sue superpowered rider, because he's got an answer to literally everything.
Honestly, Decade's whole portal reality warping thing, reality transporting thing is just a regardless. Fair point. I'm still saying. Alright, I'm not gonna get up on the review already. You haven't convinced me 100%, but that's a stronger argument.
Dude,
Oh no!
This is a back and
That
forth.
is at least evidence that yes, he
Thing with one sword toss every single time. Now the reason for that is because they got the stock footage and then the suit got either lost or irreparably damaged, and they couldn't film more finishers. So Leopardon is canonically, according to the Toei verse, extremely strong. So how do
There's
you
a lot
beat
of problem.
Leopardon when he could just toss a sword at you and you die?
There's a lot of problem with this though.
Well,
The question is, you gotta dodge.
Plus, what do you mean one shot? Like, what kind of
literally
phone?
just one shot. It appears, it throws the sword, and everything dies.
Yeah, but what did he do that to?
Thank you, Dan. Thank you.
every single monster, every single
Literally
week.
everything.
How strong are they? I mean, you can say, you know, I one-shot person by shooting a gun at
They're
them,
on
but
par with
that
your
doesn't...
average Sentai monster of the week. Is how powerful the monsters are.
If we had a special Toei team where Spidey gets the comeback in all of his best glory, and when you get the Leopardon with the mask, like let's say Kira Mage, right? You get the Kira Mage.
Oh shit!
Yeah,
Oh,
Kira,
shit.
thank you, man.
Oh.
Get that up with Leopardon, right? Leopardon is easily just gonna be like, hey, you got the problem with this? I got it. Done.
Hey, speaking of which, isn't in like one of the comic panel it got tear apart by a villain or something when they do the whole?
Yes, but that's like the Western heroes and villains, which goes hand in hand with our topic today.
Ironic how we were just talking about how an Eastern hero is.
Honestly, I feel like Western heroes are more
Depending on if they're in the DC or the Marvel universe.
Well, I think a lot of that is because they're
Idea
a lot
of
of them are
hero.
a lot older.
Yeah.
So because they're older, they have more feats in general and more potential things in their hypothetical roster.
Yep.
So it's kind of powered by accretion.
Also,
You do realize Cap is like Marvel's oldest hero, right? Cap is
I want to say now, also there's like a difference between street level and like
The whole world is
overpowered. Because there's like street level heroes on both sides, and then there's the god level heroes, or omega level mutants, or things like that.
Yeah.
That is true.
So if honestly, I feel like unfortunately, if we threw, well, no, because we got Power Rangers to prove this thing. Rangers would be like a step above street level. They would be on par with some of the strongest street levels, but that's not.
You're talking like one Ranger, right?
Like, get you, Kazan. Gonna get you.
Well, it's one or like the whole team.
Like Dragon was like the only example of a Ranger being God. He was the only example of his up to that point.
Kazan.
He had to be
Wait.
something.
It's Kazan there.
Because like with the power that he had when he moved up to that stage,
Yeah, he changed reality as a...
like with that whole ability right there, I can see him going against some tough ass foes with that power.
That was a nice combo.
So I would definitely.
Yeah, that was very
Thank you.
impressive. Chris.
Thank you, thank you.
And Batman's like, okay, I'm struggling against these guys because it's 5-on-1, and they're all like meta, like they're kind of meta level, like meta. So he calls up the Justice
So
League.
wait, you're actually saying that Batman demonstrated actual real power and not just his god abilities?
Yeah.
For once in his life? Alright.
Yeah, Plot didn't save him.
I'm fine with this.
I take it back. Plot did kind of save him because he called up the Justice League, and you know when they showed up, it was pretty much.
Well, I mean, okay, calling up the Justice League is not like... It's not like a Batman specific flash.
Because if we're gonna go into terms of like, because the Rangers actually did a pretty damn good, like they have their own against the other good members. Like the only time with the battle, the only time, like being honest, the only time with the battle fully shot was when Superman put up. That was it. They did, like they had their own against Green Lantern. They did a pretty good job against Flash. And one woman, I don't.
How did he hold up against Flash?
First, no, Flash didn't show up. Flash showed up, but they were like, "Hey man, listen, Flash, I don't want to fight you guys." And Green Lantern, they just looked out of whatever Green Lantern tried to grab.
Really? They actually break out Green Lantern's shield? How?
One of them is yellow, so...
They had to call out.
One of them's yellow. Oh
They
god.
had to use the doors for the most part, but they still have their own against that.
Yeah.
Like I said, it mostly shut down with Superman.
When the Justice League showed up, right? Honestly, if they didn't call out the Megazords, we would have ended a lot there. Because the Megazords gave them kind of edge. Because Flash had to get up to the Megazords and shut them down. Wonder Woman just hopped up in the game and hopped up in Invisible Jet, I think. Superman showed up to carry that before. Tapped on and said, "Hey, you mind landing?" They're confused, like, what do you mean? But he explained everything to him and that whole fight like that. Honestly, the Rangers were not
I mean, obviously.
No, they're not being soups. Sorry, soups.
Not of course not. Definitely not him. You know, but like in terms of the other members, I was happy with that.
sorry,
I was happy with that.
I am not good either, man.
There we go. 4-4. Who is it? Who is it? I'm so excited.
I'm one of them.
Alright, so let's move. Like I said, a true blue hero. So I gotta hear this. I gotta hear this. What makes a good villain for you, though, before everybody else goes?
My favorite villains are those with that sympathetic quality. The guys who could have been, they could have easily been on the side of good, but something, they made a poor decision or some incident in their past caused them to, may not exactly turn to the dark side, but do something that either they know is wrong or just, or maybe they don't even think it's wrong, but they're going against the hero. Those are my favorite
Had to claim silver. Villains, my boys.
So villains, good villains. I'm gonna steal everyone's because I'm that kind of an individual. Dr. Doom. Dr. Doom is like the archetypal, and he fits what Dunn's talking about too, in some ways.
He does. In a couple of ways. He's a bit.
He's still very villainy. He's very much out for himself, but he does occasionally genuinely want to do the right thing. But he goes at it from the wrong way. So another hero, or another villain, I'd like to say, well, actually, do watch Orb Done, because Jugulus Juggler is pretty much what you described. He's trying to do good, and he's just been stymied. He's getting stymied. He's getting cock-blocked by the 050 power that be. And he's upset. And he wants to do good, but he's not being allowed to do good. Exactly. So another villain, a great Toku villain that I would recommend, and he's the only reason to watch the show he's attached to, is Dr. Gory from Spectre Man. He's kind of like Dr. Doom in that he's, you know, he's kind of relatable, I guess, might be the word. Even though he's like a gorilla-faced man from space, but he's pretty great. He's really compelling. He's enjoyable to watch. Sometimes because he's goofy, and sometimes because it's like, oh wow, there's an actual.
I stopped it.
Ooh, he pulled a blaze.
Suck it, drive. Ha!
Is that coming at me, man? Yes it is. Oh, stinks. I think is that coming at me? Oh no!
Back to our villains.
Keep giving that out. What are you shooting at me? This is upsetting.
So yeah,
Yep,
back to
that
our
was
villains. Craig, finish up.
That's pretty much it.
Alright, so
I do recommend watching Spectre Man just for him. There's English dubs to Spectre Man, believe it or not. You can find them on YouTube, I believe. They're
Are they
not
like on the Toei channel or?
No. They're you'd have to look. Somebody has them uploaded, and they're like kind of rock bottom VHS quality. But you take what you can get.
Right.
But Spectre Man's fun. He's basically an Ultraman style hero. He grows large. He fights kaiju. Yada yada yada. But he's fighting against a villain mastermind.
He was out to get this person no matter who got in the way. So that's like one of the main examples I can really mess with. And you know, and that's like one of the villains I can respect. I like it when they give us villains that we can respect too. Sometimes a little more than a hero. You know, that's how I feel with certain villains. And then there's some old raw and brutal type of villains where it's just like, God damn, I hate you. But it's like there's villains that we have definitely like that. Like I said, like it just depends on the story and what they're going for with this villain. That's it. Because like I said, we have lots of different villains. So I will mostly lean towards them character-wise and their story-wise as well, the backstory wise. Because that's what grabs me, especially with villains. Because like, why just give us a villain that just be on the warpath for no goddamn reason? But oh yeah, I'm gonna kill everybody because I'm crazy like that. That's just like, yeah, I'm sorry, I don't see an interest of you. Goodbye.
alright. I've been waiting for this, boys.
Oh God! Oh no! Hold on, Echo. I just realized something. You know who else is on right now? Who just tried to invite me to a room?
Who?
Remember Mega Ranger?
No!
Yes, he's back!
Run away! Servers are get him in the Discord!
Get him in
the Discord!
I'm gonna read out what Kazama said real quick. what makes a good villain for me is the evil but humble. Like, Shishomaru, the reason behind his actions, it makes them more dangerous. They know when to pull up or just mess you up. Okay.
He's on the like Cage, yo. He knows.
No. I'm with it.
Should I actually try fighting him?
No.
He's invited me twice.
Oh my god. Look at Discord. Tell him like he's best customer service, man.
Yo, that's probably what it is.
No!
Your connection's so bad.
I know! He's connected. Silver, you don't know who we're talking about. His connection is so bad. Like, you thought you've seen slow motion in this game? No. Which, Mega Ray way worse. Although now he's going by Koopa, not Mega Ray. So, I know it's the same guy.
Yeah.
I just opened my armor and he's dead.
Yeah, because you know what?
Because he didn't do nothing until like the very end.
You know what? He ain't.
That,
He right.
all they really did was just toss his name around.
Toss his name. Everyone thought he was mostly dead throughout the remainder of the show.
This is
Oh
fine.
yeah. Medica box have a lot of good villain, but it's hard to describe why they're good. Just have to check it out.
I had a lot of things.
In Medica sense, it's more like it's so meta the way reason they be a villain, so to say. If any of you ever watch Medica or read it, you know what I mean. So.
Oh, bro, I love it.
Oh, you know it? Yeah, then you know what I mean when it comes to the villain, right? They're so meta sometimes. Especially one of the reasons was like so legit. We have to go, what give you that idea? Surely you're not a manga character.
Yeah, guys. Quick update. It's like quick kind of item update. I might get my stuff ready tomorrow. I think I'm gonna come in
Nice.
tomorrow or the day after. Because I just got an update from USPS, the Pokemon, and they said they hit a facility on so I might get it tomorrow or the day after. We'll see. Hopefully tomorrow. I'm happy.
Frack, you always be secondary.
This might. I feel like in terms of drivers that they have to build, even though we're doing build drivers, I like to start with a tad bit more. I like it a tad bit more. I wish they would have put more stuff in
But if you think of a villain, we've literally done nothing.
Mephisto.
Who?
I forgot. Blank that Mephisto for one good reason.
Like
And I
from
think you know that
Ghost Rider?
I can think of like 5 good reasons. But that's what Dunn said.
What Mephisto? There's so many Mephisto.
There can be only one.
What are we talking about? Comic? Toku? Then from
I'll say we got Dark Mephisto from that.
So, like I said, man, all it takes is one thing in your room.
Alright, well, he kicked me out of his room, so you know he won.
I don't
Kill Kuga in a 1v1.
who could that be? Shit. I only because I think of Ghost Rider right now, but I don't think that's it.
Well, yeah, he's in Ghost Rider. He is the main antagonist of Ghost
Oh!
Rider. Yes.
So I was right. Yeah, what's wrong with him? I only see him in the movie, sorry. So I don't know what the hell screw up beside, you know.
Oh my god.
You got birded! You got birded!
Surprise, and these just hit you. When you get hit that one move, that's fine.
I
So
can
speaking
see
of-
why you wouldn't like it. I can see 100% why you wouldn't like the redemption arc.
Speaking of Bowser's
Beast,
being
let's go
redeemed,
double invisible.
Okay, go ahead.
It's just the fact
So-
that, like,
yeah.
because what Bowser was doing throughout the whole entire show 01 is like, I could definitely see why.
Alright. Yeah.
Go invisible,
it's
Beast.
definitely not as
So
well
let's-
done
let's-
as, say, Gem or Paradox.
Let's Fred get this on right.
Oh shit! He know.
Double. Alright, Fred,
Right,
go
they're
ahead.
both invisible. This is annoying.
So,
I hate that.
Bowser is not the only Bowser that has had a redemption arc.
Really?
Yeah, so there's
what
a
did the dog
character.
do? What did the dog do?
What did the dog do? No, so there was no in Fist of the North Star or Hokuto no Ken. There's a character named Bowser, and one of the things that the authors of that series loved doing was making their villains have something that didn't necessarily redeem them, but like painted them in a slightly less negative light. Even though these are the kinds of people that would like kill someone for looking at them funny, and you know, like kick puppies.
Right.
In the case of Bowser, kill children, or at least make them starve because he's an asshole. But so like after Bowser goes through this lengthy rigmarole of making, you know, Swiss cheese out of someone who's been really, you know, influential to the main character up to this point.
Damn it, Blaze!
Which involves making the guy hold like the capstone of a pyramid and then throwing spears at him until he drops the capstone on himself and dies horribly, being squished. They wind up doing like, oh, well, there's reasons Bowser's such a bad boy, and it's like, oh, because his father didn't love him, and it's like, well, that is
They
bad.
did not.
Yes.
That's literally the reason.
So Bowser. And it's because his dad didn't love him, and it's like, well, yeah, that is bad, but at the same time, that does not justify you starving children and whatnot. It's like, it's not.
I just love the fact that he was with the fight. Bowser from Kamen Rider. Okay.
That is basically the exact same thing. His dad didn't love him. He had a dog.
The Japanese have no original ideas. I'm sorry. I hate to reveal this particular dirty truth, but it's pretty clear.
Look at how many torrent arcs you have and you know it's true anyway, so.
Yo.
Now I'm very
Oh no,
upset.
Gintama though, now that's originality. Watch Gintama.
On like a scale of 1 to upset, I am upset.
Watch Gintama.
Thank you. Who said that? I
I
agree.
made a tragic and terrible error, and I could not pop my super, so I'm really upset.
That's fine by me.
That's
You
gonna
saw
sting! Get the bat, Blaze! Get the bat!
What bat?
Bata, please tell me you can go through this lion.
He can't.
Damn it, Bata!
Not that it
I'm
would
alive.
matter.
I'm alive! Somehow.
Can you fasten my laser drive? That's a question. No, you're not.
Echo is not alive.
GG.
I was okay for a second.
Is this me or is the quality improved?
The quality has improved.
Yeah.